tiny little apartment, and then, you know, this big fancy office building, and then tiny little apartment, and a super fancy house. It's kind of the way of Arden Arcade.
As somebody who's utilized a lot of the services that are needed, it's one of those areas, like, you know, where it does look like everything is great, but there's a lot of pockets where things are really, really bad, and nobody focuses on those areas.
Not too long ago, there were no social services out here in this neighborhood, and lo and behold, one of the things that happened was the Blue Ribbon Commission did a report. It proved that Arden Arcade was one of the most at-risk neighborhoods out of all of Sacramento County, where children are dying disproportionately.
There's kind of what we consider pockets in the Arden Arcade neighborhood, where there will be neighborhoods with houses that are thriving, and then all of a sudden there will be groups of apartments that are subpar as far as maintenance and management.
Although people may look at Arden Arcade and say, oh my gosh, really Arden Arcade? They're not at risk. Their socioeconomic status is high. Well, we also now know that we have the highest poverty rates in all of California.
You'll see a Maserati in the parking lot, and then, you know, 2 blocks down the street, you know, there's families who can't eat.
I think that the community has become very accustomed to not having the resources available in this area. So a lot of families have just given up or won't even, you know, reach their hand out for the services.
Those barriers that would usually be there within different systems and compartments, and so we're able to really work together to break down those barriers while really building on the relationship piece.
Being with Black Child Legacy, I'm able to still serve families, and they only have to tell their story once to me and not to every worker that they encounter over the phone in the call center, and help give them, you know, a little bit more comfort.
You know, you go with having families that would normally not be interested in services because we're CPS, but having a warm handoff, knowing that they're, you know, you have a relationship with the community partners and the people here at the Arden Arcade site that you know that will mesh well with the clientele, that the clientele will feel comfortable with, I think makes a big difference.
You know, there's already been a lot of success stories. I feel like for the first time in the Arden Arcade area, African Americans feel like they're being put first, and they're not just being swept under the rug.
We've talked about Black Lives Matter, Black Power, and different ideas around that, and there have been some really powerful discussions. So we're really trying to bring a lot of social justice, really getting their ideas and letting them take the lead.
You can see the change and the confidence and the, you know, sometimes the difficulty, but that process of change is going on.
Now that we're in this neighborhood, one of the things we're noticing is that 90% of the families we touch are in crisis.
You know, there's clients, for example, that may start off with just having a, you know, parenting class. Not only do they get something out of that, but then they want to join the Mommy and Me class or, you know, other things because they find out, you know, there's something there. There's a community, a hub that they can go to and find resources.
Recently coming on as one of the facilitators of the Infant Safe Sleep class here is that how many people really don't know what it means to safely sleep your baby.
The word is being spread as far as, you know, who you can come to.
Now they have a safety network. Now they have a network of people that they can work with who can, you know, help them with not just what they're dealing with their case plan, but maybe there's something else. So just other resources that they're able to tap into that they wouldn't have been able to tap into otherwise.
I had a family who, you know, expressed she was dealing with homelessness, domestic violence, and she contacted us for services. We had a good teamwork here. I had Heather come down. One of the boys expressed it was grandma who hit me, and so from that, I was able to then start trying to provide protective factors.
Here in Arden Arcade is specific one-on-one crisis work, and I think that you as case managers, you feel that, right? Definitely. And it's deep.
It's been great to see the successes that this particular center brings even to the clients that I'm working with on a daily basis.
If people have a connection with you, they'll come here and they'll look for you guys, and we'll be able to really build relationships. And once that trust is built, then we can really get to work and connect families to the resources that they need. The impact is happening and you're able to see that happening just in real time right now.